Hi, everybody. Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. So, Arnold Schwarzenegger and luxury watches, luxury fashion, tens of thousands of dollars, darling. And all for what? To end up in jail in the slammer at Munich airport in Germany? Arnie, what were you doing? Long gone are the days when we heard you say during Celebrity Apprentice, to the chopper. Well, to the chopper, to the slammer they sent you, Arnie. But what happened? Arnie, were you smuggling luxury from America into Europe? Naughty, naughty boy. Let's touch. Let's see what we'll go. First, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Get access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob, all spelled together there as well. Thank you to my members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join the fun. Hi, chats. Let's blend in Arnie. This is from Arnie's Instagram. Arnold Schwarzenegger with a pig and a dog. And a watch. Now, you listen to this. I don't know. This is such a crazy story. I don't know who is worse here. Arnie trying to smuggle a watch in or German police like capturing. He was just in transit, by the way. Like, he was on his way somewhere to Austria, I suppose, and he flew over Munich. He flew from LA to Germany to switch planes and then keep on flying wherever he needed to fly. But Munich detained him. The Munich customs police detained good old Arnie. And I don't really know how this went down, but you can imagine the situation. So, from several articles that I have read, he was wearing, maybe not this watch, but some like really expensive watch. The watch is apparently worth $50,000 dollars or euro. Well, I don't know. Let's just say euro. And he was wearing it on his wrist. Now, how did the customs officers see him wearing the watch on his wrist? Like, because, so what his people claim, and everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. So what his team claims is that watch, he was bringing it into Europe to auction it off at a charity event to benefit Arnold Schwarzenegger's charity for something. All right. But what Germans claim, customs, is that he did not file the paperwork to import such a luxurious and expensive piece of art, or I don't know, watchmaking. I mean, is that art? I guess. Sure. I guess watchmaking is an art. But and I actually have the brand of the watch, and no, I don't. And no, it's blocked me. Great. It's like, you've read this article once already, you can't read it twice. Okay. Thank you. Oh, no, I have it. The watch is, oh my God, Arnie is 76 years old. Way to go. You look great for 76. Silver Fox. Audemars Piguet. The Swiss watchmaker Piguet made the watch for Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was custom made for the actor to be auctioned off at the event. Now, the bid for the watch was supposed to start at 50,000 euro. Now, here's where the thing gets really funny. Arnie's team claims that Germans were completely messy. They did not know what they were doing. They apparently, according to Arnie's team, they did not tell him that he has to declare customs on the watch. They did not give him any paperwork to file on the plane as he was flying into Europe. And furthermore, once he was detained because of the watch, how did it all go down? He was like, you know what? Just let me pay. I will pay what you need me to pay. I don't know how to do his accent. But anyway, so they bring in a card reader so that he can swipe his credit card. And so apparently it didn't work. So they're charging him several thousands of euros. And he's swiping the card and the machine is not working. And this is all what I gather from the article. And I read the article from, I don't know, what was the globalnews.com. So then he's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, here, take my credit card and charge me whatever you need to charge me and let me go. I don't want to deal with this shit. You know what I mean? And they're like, no, you know how Germans are, you have to, you know, you want a party pooper? Deal with Germany, okay? And then they tell him, we need the money. So he's like, well, what do you want me to do? And they're like, let's go. And this was on the weekend. And they said, we're going to drive you to a bank. They drove him. So he's in custody. They drove him to a bank so that he can go to an ATM machine to withdraw the cash to give to the customs authority because they're not letting him go, you guys. Reyes says German customs rule is that you have to pay at least 50% of the amount in cash. Well, that's not what this article claims. This article claims that they allowed him to pay everything by swiping the card. The machine did not work. So they drove him, again, as per this article, they drove him to the bank. This is on a weekend. The ATM machine did not allow for such a big withdrawal. It didn't work. So it did not work. Since it was the weekend, the bank was closed. So he couldn't enter the bank to talk to the people working in nothing. So now the customs are stuck with Arnie in a car. The bank is not working. They've lost already, I don't know, 3-4 hours. They get contacted by the customs at the airport again, saying, hey, we organized a new card reading machine. So then they drive back to the airport, bring him back into custody in the customs section. And they're like, okay, now let's do it now. Let's do it now. And he's like, okay. He swipes the card and it goes through. It worked. He finally paid after so many hours. And then, as if that were not enough, all these people that were really annoying him, they then asked him if they can take pictures with him because he's a celebrity. And he obliged because he's Arnie. Well, you know, Arnie's gonna, of course, Arnie. You know, we love Arnie. And then he took pictures, allegedly. He took pictures with them. And so now here is what Arnie's people say, and we quote, "The officers failed to use a credit card machine for an hour until they gave up and brought Arnold to a bank and asked him to withdraw cash at an ATM. The ATM they brought him to had a limit too low and the bank was closed. When we returned, a new officer brought a new credit card machine that worked." In general, personal possessions are exempt from duties. But Arnold has not personally publicly responded or commented on this incident. So all we know is from hearsay, right? And this was all for a charity, by the way. So they did not make, I mean, how do you stop a person at customs because they're wearing a watch? How do you know? Like how did it even happen? How did they even like tell him like, oh, you over there? Oh, T-Pal says someone ratted him out. I don't know, but his pig is actually adorable, says Teresa. It's super cute. The dog is adorable too, and I love the boots. So Teresa says he should not have to pay on his personal watch. Ridiculous. Maybe he was just really, really honest, and he said, "Oh, this watch, I'm bringing it because, I'm going to auction it off for a charity." And then they said, "Oh, you're going to auction off? No, no. So the watch stays in Europe. Then we're going to charge you a little bit as well." Yeah. So thank you, Germany, for always being a sunshine. Yay, you really did something there. So anyway, Natasha says, I met him in October. He's super nice. He's a talker in a good way. Oh, there you go, Natasha. Thank you for the intel. So Finley says, yes, the larger implications here. How are they deciding who to stop for what thing they are wearing? It's difficult. I guess you got to prove. If they ask you, like, are you going to keep the watch in Europe? And you say no, then they're like, okay, well, prove to us that you paid for it in your country, or who knows? I mean, if the watchmakers made the watch, this is not the watch, but I don't know what watch it is. But if, you know how it is, because like if a big brand, luxury brand gives you a gift, they make something for you, and they don't declare that they are paying the taxes for it, then technically you have to pay the taxes for it yourself, but that's in your own country. So let's say he was gifted a watch by Piguet in America, and he did not declare to Piguet that he might not show it publicly. If you say to the brand, I might not find the time to show it publicly, then technically you don't have to pay taxes. It's a little bit complicated. But if they made it for him and gifted it to him and he did not make that sort of statement, then technically he needs to pay taxes for it, because also Piguet can go to the tax authorities and say, look, we made this really expensive watch. It's a loss for us in terms of we gave it to someone. So we can deduct that costs that we incurred in manufacturing this watch from our overall yearly win. So, of course, if you go to the tax authorities and you say, well, I'm deducting the money from this, then the tax authorities are going to be like, because of who are you deducting them? Oh, because of Arnie? Well, let's go to Arnie, then he's going to have to pay those taxes. So this is the interesting thing. And it's America also, not Germany. So you tell me, should they have just let him go, or did they do the right thing to block Arnie, sequester Arnie, detain him, and get the money, honey, get the coin, get the coin. Apparently he left with the watch, he just paid them, and he was free. Let me know your thoughts and prayers down below. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love, and subscribe, thumb up the video. Bye.